Hello, everyone. Welcome in for another live watch party. Lisa Barrett says hello, and I want to say hello back to you, Lisa. Thank you for coming in and being the first in. It's been a week since our last time here, and we've had some stuff happen. Not necessarily in the world of Cobra Kai, but tangentially a little bit. So, School Spirits dropped on Thursday, which stars Peyton List. So we'll talk about that a little briefly. I've watched almost the first 3 episodes. I've been tweeting. I have like 15 minutes left of the third one. I was like trying to watch it last night and I fell asleep. But I do have... But I think I can talk about it a little bit. There's only 3 episodes out right now. It's on Paramount Plus. They're going to release the rest weekly. So we'll talk about that in a minute. The Ninja Turtles trailer dropped, which I made a video on. I opted to make a video on that instead of The Last of Us, just because I felt like I had something to say about that. Generated some mixed reaction from the viewers. Many were probably new to the channel too, so I think when you do a video like that, sometimes you pick up views from people who have never watched the channel before, so it's good and bad. Brian says hey back to you, Brian. Thank you for coming on in. So we got tangential. Also, I do want to say some people requested. I had a commenter point out, hey, man, it's been a while since you made a straight Cobra Kai video, which I realized is true because I was sort of focusing on The Last of Us and other stuff. And I haven't made a Cobra Kai video. So I will make a Cobra Kai video. I'll try to get it this week. I will want to cover probably The Last of Us finale. Since I've made some videos already, I might as well have one recap or review of the whole thing. But then I have a season 6 theory I've been wanting to put out. It's stuff I vaguely mentioned in live streams too. So put that out there and get some more theories out there, which I think it's time. Some people are missing stuff. Nawaf Alkin says hi guy. Hi guy back to you, Nawaf. I'm not sure I'm saying your name right. Fabian, how are you doing? Asks how are you doing? I am pretty good. I am pretty good. I think so. Had some breakfast. Sebastian puts a sad face. Why the sad face, Sebastian? I'm not sure what you were responding to. Sometimes the chat is on a delay, so I can't always see. We'll come back again. Okay, thank you. Autistic Cobra says hi. And NASA Canes fan, John is here. Hi, everyone. Thank you, John, for coming in. John, of course, is a loyal channel member, which is why his name is in green with the Watch Party logo, the secondary Watch Party logo. Nawaf can't wait. You're afraid you get misinterpreted again. Oh, is that what happened last week? I don't even remember what it was. Have to go back and watch. It was 2 weeks. Hayden was here. But don't worry. Sebastian, don't live your life in fear. The thing about the internet is, especially the internet, is, people, no matter how clear you think you are, There will be people who misinterpret it. There will be people who purposely misinterpret it, who will take like an interpretation no rational person would take, just so as to attack you or get mad or whatever. The internet kind of thrives on that. Like I get a lot of that. Just look at the comments of like the Ninja Turtles trailer video I made. There's just people look for reasons to attack or charge you, and so people will deliberately misinterpret things you say. So like you can't live in fear of that, because if you live in fear of being misinterpreted, you're just going to ultimately hinder yourself. You're going to hinder yourself. So, and why would you ever hinder yourself? Like, we have so much to overcome in life. We have so many obstacles, and, we're all seeking some sort of success, happiness, whatever. Don't hinder yourself. Like, why would you do that? Like, so be proud. If you do get misinterpreted and it appears genuine, you can always just clarify yourself, and that's that. So there you go. You feel happier now. Thank you. 60 push-ups on the nut. Yeah, they're going to have to. We're going to have to. Buenas noches, Cobra Kai. Never des. Esas. Buenos dias. Back to you, mate. Thank you for coming on it. You're sad Cobra Kai season 6 is the final season? I would say I understand, but don't be sad. Be happy that the show is given a chance to end in the best possible way. This is a show that can now go out on top. No decline in quality, as the creators imagined. And keep in mind, they have said and implied many times there are spin-offs in the works. The Miyagi verse will not end. So don't be sad. Look for a reason to be happy. And I think there's many reasons to be happy. Watching the Oscars, no, I didn't even realize. That's tonight, because I think that the Last of Us finale should be tonight, right? So I'm gonna watch that instead. I don't know. I've gone from being so into like movies. I even attended like Oscar viewing parties. Not really an Oscar party, but like with friends and such. I've gone to like people have like had Oscar viewing parties. To these days, like I probably don't even know most of the movies that are nominated, and I certainly haven't seen most of them. I don't know. For a guy who loves the industry, I don't know. I just feel more detached than ever, which also explains things like if my Ninja Turtles trailer the video I made on that, I feel more detached to stuff like that, and I'm more open and critical than maybe I've been in the past. If you knew me 10, 15 years ago, when I should have started my channel. Watch Party, did you see a theory come about Eli's brother fan-made Dante Moskowitz brutally beat up Kyler for shitting off? I don't think I saw that comment. But it would be incorrect anyway, because really Robbie's the one who shaved off Hawk's mohawk. It was more Robbie than the others. I'm not gonna live forever. William Shatner. Well, we got the same thing with Terry Silver in season 5. He talks a little bit about legacy, and that he's not afraid of dying, and people are like, "Oh my God! Clearly, he has cancer and is dying." Like, well, It's not like he's getting chemotherapy. Who knows? I hope Cobra Kai will have the perfect end. It's a great series. They could go forward. It's 10 seasons, but 6 is enough. I'm sure it'll end perfectly. Yeah. There's no reason to keep it stretched out longer than is necessary. In with the modern like take on things too, there's less of a financial reason. Like a lot of times when a show was really popular and was getting ratings, it could command a lot more money, from the advertising, and the studios could get more money for the network. There was basically more money to be had than the stars and everyone are like, yeah, let's get more money. But since it's a streaming network and they're not like running commercials and charging with a big audience or something, there's less of like a financial incentive to take a show past a natural stopping point. And I think we are seeing that less and less these days with shows like this. So 3 seasons on YouTube, produced on YouTube, 3 produced for Netflix, seems like just enough, and the show can end properly. There's more Miyagi-verse content coming. Yes, John is correct. Definitely more. Maybe we'll even get a peek of it in season 6. We'll see. Conflict stuff. Yeah. Especially in Cobra Kai. How much conflict in Cobra Kai is because of, bad timing and stuff. Most of the show, right? Final season 6 of Cobra Kai coming soon. Well, I don't think it's coming soon. Probably not till next year, but it is coming. They've started the writing process, so we know they're into that for a few weeks now. Hayden said that a few weeks ago, so they started in early February. And they'll probably start shooting in May, it looks like. Cobra Kai go to the Oscars. Well, it's not a movie, but I agree it deserves recognition. Eleanor Wrestling. I think I saw you on Twitter, Eleanor. But yeah, Eleanor Wrestling. Could you see the creators having Miguel win this again? So I would say in regards to that, hold on a second. I made a couple of videos. Eleanor. Hold on. So what you want to look for is like this video on the tournament. We're going to kind of go over, that one goes over the tournament and my other season 6 predictions video. This is on the channel page. You can find it. Just because like things like Miguel win the Sekai Taikai, we already know there's more than one winner because they talked about last year's winners in the plural. So we don't know how it's going to break down. I think they'll win the Sekai Taikai, whoever it'll be. But it could be some sort of group effort or team effort. Could Miguel be like the main fighter? Maybe. But, but but in the end, your question, Miguel win instead of Robbie. Like, I think it's going to be structured differently. It's not going to be just the same thing. Round table, don't care about the Oscars at all anymore. Yeah, that's just how I feel. It just, and it's like they always say, it's an honor to be nominated. There's always a little, like, people always go like the politics of it or whatever, like, which has been going on for 70 years or whatever, however long, 80 years. It's an honor to be nominated. Maverick got nominated. It was a good movie. I don't even know what'll win. I don't care. Yes, there is a new Karate Kid film. Don't really know the details, but it's just outside of the Miyagi-verse. Are you watching the last season of Star Trek Picard? I'm going to, but I'm waiting for it to finish because we're probably going to binge it. So no spoilers, please. No spoilers. I do intend to watch it. I just haven't watched it yet. So I'll talk about that when it's finished. All right, yeah, now I don't know who you're responding to. Most people in this stream are well aware that there's no Cobra Kai Season 7. Loyal followers of Watch Party are among the most informed and most intelligent in all the fandom. So just because you see other people on Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok saying something like that doesn't mean the Watch Party viewers are that foolish. The Watch Party viewers are highly intelligent and well informed. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You're good. How long do you want it to be? Watch my video announcing it. I did talk about maybe it'll stretch a little bit longer than 10 episodes. Maybe the last episode will stretch a little bit longer than normal episode length. But I don't think a whole lot longer. Like I said, if more than 10, maybe 12, not that much more, maybe 13, but like 12, if like longer than a normal episode, like maybe an hour, a little over an hour, like for the last, but like people, I get comments from just people kind of going 20 episodes, 2 hours each. Like, no, that's not it. Like, it's still the format of the show isn't drastically changing just because it's the last season. Like maybe a little bit more, but nothing dramatic. Spin-off about all the characters of Cobra Kai: Sam, Hawk, Miguel, Robbie. Well, we know karate's a big part of their life. We know something about their lives for each one of those people. We've seen Robbie with his mom and obviously his dad, Johnny, and his high school dropout and then expelled, We saw Hawk at his home. We saw Hawk's mom. We've seen Tori's home. We have this. So like a spinoff is going to go in a completely different direction. While your theory in itself isn't without merit, I just think they're probably going to go in another direction. Season 6, the only opportunity for Kenny and Anthony to fully develop forgiveness upon each other. Not necessarily friends, but definitely mutual. Yeah. That's one of the dangling threads that's not quite tied up yet. So I think we'll see that happen in season 6. Something, a connection between Anthony and Kenny. I can see them both getting dumped by Leah. Not dumped, but like rejected by her. Because that was my inclination all along. Like they're kind of like battling for Leah's heart, but she doesn't actually like either of them. So Now, if I don't know why you keep repeating yourself. You don't need to keep repeating this. Dennis Snake, Julia Pearson, Leaker from Craigs that haven't appeared, but do have the potential. You're forgetting Freddy Fernandez. Those are not the only ones. Freddy Fernandez, especially. And Dugan. I think there's at least an outside chance of Dugan. I can see ways to bring him in. We'll see. So, yeah. In some ways, I think Freddy Fernandez has a better chance than Dennis and Snake. Julie, from as long as Hillary Swank is game, and I see at the moment no reason she wouldn't be. I think she's a possibility. She's a good chance she'll be in. People are jumping the gun on it. Yeah. It's just that's why I put out that video a long time ago. But you gotta make sure you watch everything, rewatch them so you remember. Strike first. I don't think so. It's kind of an interesting idea about like the last episode being ex-degenerate, which is the line Johnny says. But I don't think that'll be it. Simply because I'll tell you why. So the first episode, obviously Ace Degenerate, really was a look at Johnny, and it was the way back into the Karate Kid universe, so to speak. We started with Johnny. We got a replay of the opening fight, and then it zooms in on Johnny, and then cuts to Johnny. Yes, it's the Ace Degenerate. Like that's the way back into this universe, into this world, into this story. That was their creative twist, you could say. But now that we're going 6 seasons through this, it's gotten so much bigger. The last episode, whatever it'll be, will be bigger than just Johnny. So it's not about that. It's not about just Johnny. So whatever the title will be, it'll be something bigger and more, and what's the word I'm looking for? More, representative of this entire whole universe with all the characters. It's not just going to be Johnny focused. We started Johnny focused, but now we're bigger than that. For what it's worth, I guess Ex-Degenerate is possible of an episode title somewhere in season 6. There could be an episode, Ex-Degenerate, maybe the penultimate episode, the second to last. Because there could certainly be an episode that's more Johnny centric. But I think, I don't think the final episode, no. Sam Hader, yeah. There you go. I hope Terry Silver gets redeemed. I think you're going to be let down. Keep in mind, season 4 kind of started with Terry Silver's redemption, right? You already saw that. I don't think that's going to happen again. Brooks was here. Carrie was here too. Haha, very funny. Mm-hmm. Fabian, I hope Kim Da-yoon will fight other character than Tori Davidson. She pretends she's stronger, but she's fought through. I hate her. I want Johnny Dandy chosen to defeat her. Yes, maybe. Did you see my video? I got so many. Did you see my video on Julie Pierce? I talk about that. So, watch this one. Watch this one. Can we know episode's one name? They may reveal it. I don't know. Let's see. They revealed episode 1 of season 4, and did they do episode season 5? I can't remember. A lot of times they leak. It ended up leaking previous seasons. Then for 5, they got a little bit better of stopping the leaks. They figured out where all the holes were and plugged them up, but I don't know. But keep in mind they're still in the writing process, so the names probably aren't finalized anyway. So don't worry. So it may not exist yet. Could it still be up in the clone? Why does Tori hate Kim? For full recollection, watch season 5, episode 9, with the breaking of the stones, and plus I don't think they ever quite got along. Kim was always a little skeptical of Tori, and I don't think Tori ever quite fully bonded with Kim. So, do you think it could be the best season? I do think that. You didn't see your video? See, guys, remember I told you the people here are so smart. This is very smart from Fabian here. He didn't see that video. He's like, but I'm going to watch it. Very smart. Very smart. A movie. Do I think there's a chance? Sure. Yes, there's a chance. I don't think it's a big chance. I think they're more focused on the series, which is where it's kind of happening. And so understand Sony's broken into 2 divisions, essentially. There's the film side and TV side. And what happens on one really has no effect on the other. So, they're doing really, really well on the TV side. Everyone's really happy. But the film side is off doing its own thing. The film side is off making this new Karate Kid movie where they just took some story and slapped Karate Kid on it because, hey, we own the rights. Let's just do that for money because that's their job. They don't get paid to make good creative decisions and excellent storytelling. They get paid to bring in money. So they just take some story and slap Karate Kid on it because they already own the rights to it. That's what's going on the film side. So at the moment, I don't see anything happening with the Miyagi-verse or Cobra Kai on the film side. It's not that they can't, but it's just a completely different ballgame because their success is over on the television side. So they got to go to a different group of people and everything. You don't think Kim thought much of Silver? Yeah, and her impression went down to down as it was going on, and then when he lost to Daniel, she had enough. She left. If they wrap it up, it could be absolutely. Kreese goes back to jail. He may. We'll see how they handle it. But he's got nothing left to lose now, so. The film side has lost their minds. Well, Mega Cloud, who's also a channel member, thank you. You're not wrong. What else is coming out? I feel like I don't know. But yeah, you're not wrong. But that's like that's their job. So that's what they always say. My job's not to make great movies or tell inspiring stories. My job's just to make money. So I'll cash in on the the name recognition that was built by others who truly cared. And by the way, that Karate Kid film, I still maintain that it's possible that movie will never come out. Movies get put on a schedule years in advance due to like essentially corporate reasons, because you have to have certain revenue projections and such. It goes on, and but that doesn't necessarily mean that film couldn't get swapped out with something else. Silver's resurrection roundtable points out he wasn't killed. Yeah. I don't think Silver will be resurrected. I don't think the show is quite going to go in that direction. The Miyagi healing technique only can do so much. Breaks records. I sure hope so too. Maybe it could break at the very least season 6 records for a show. Pay your taxes. It's true. Spirit Squad are up there to make an actor's portfolio. I don't even know what Spirit Squad is. But no, I mean, movies don't exist for an actor's portfolio. But I don't know specifically what that movie is. I'm not sure what you're referring to, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. Oops. So, I was going to tell you guys, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, School Spirits came out real quick. And obviously, it stars Peyton List. So she's like the main character. This is on Paramount Plus, which, I don't know. My sister has a subscription too, so she lets me watch on hers. Anyway, so here's... The first 3 episodes are out of like 8 or 9. And it opens with like Peyton List, and she's dead. And there's like an assembly for her. Well, she's dead. They don't know she's dead yet. Like they're like searching for her because she's missing. But she's dead. She knows she's dead, and she's like with these other dead people. And like this is the show. They're all dead too. And like this was like her boyfriend. He's alive. This is like her other friend. He's alive. And this was her friend. She's alive. So like these 3 are still alive. And then it's like these dead people. I guess anyone who died in the school is now like stuck in the school, but maybe they can move on or something. It's not really clear. At least within the first 3 episodes. I was going to watch it. Peter from Cobra Kai Companion is going to put out a podcast at least about the first episode. He's going to do like a little review recap. My own little review recap. I think the first episode starts kind of like average. Like maybe if you're like being generous, I'd say like 6 out of 10 for the first episode. Just on there is a little potential in the premise and everything, but I feel like it really drops off. Like episode 2 and then episode 3, which I have like 15 minutes left of episode 3, but it doesn't get any better and mostly just gets worse. The first episode is free on YouTube. Okay, good to know. Yeah, you can go ahead and watch it. But so far, I think the first episode is the best one. I'm going to finish episode 3, but honestly, I don't anticipate continuing the series. Like, it gets just kind of dumb. Like, I feel like they massacre their own premise. Like, the premise that, like, she's in school, or, like, she's trapped to the school. Like, and it's, like, different people who died at that school over the decades. So, like, this guy, he died in the 90s. Like from an allergic reaction or something. Haha, it's like nuts or something, and he's gay. It's like whatever. It's kind of teenage drama crap. Like, so like he died in the 90s. I think this guy died more recently. I forget, but like he's more recent. This girl like died in the 70s or something. So like theoretically she's been dead at the school for like 50 years or something. She's like this 70s. I don't even know who this. Is that the teacher? I don't even know who this character is. Like, God, I don't even know who she is. She's not major in the first 3 episodes. I can tell you that much. But like, so like there's sort of like an interesting premise. But like it just gets massacred as early as episode 2. Like I won't. To give it like suddenly she develops the ability to communicate. I'll just say with one of her friends who are still alive. I won't give it away, but like she develops like the ability to communicate, and then like the friend develops the ability to even see her while she's like, it makes no sense, is completely ridiculous, but also like ruins the premise. Like the premise is like they're going through life, like the school's going on. And like they're like looking for her. She's trying to figure out how she died. Like for some reason she doesn't remember that. So it's like the mystery. She doesn't know how she died. She just knows that she was probably murdered. But like they don't know that. And like there's this mystery of like the life of the living students going on. And then you have like the dead ones. They're like observing it and everything. But then like once she starts communicating with one of her living friends, like it just seems so dumb. And then it just gets to the point where it's ridiculous. Like this is go on and on. And the mystery doesn't get interesting at all. Wednesday is much better. Plus all the characters are really bland. Like I don't think Peyton's character is very interesting. Not entirely Peyton's fault. I don't think Peyton was given much to work with from the writing. He almost could have been interesting, but he's not. It just comes off very shallow. And these two, the living characters, like he's like your stereotypical like gay character in a teen drama. Like, I don't know how else to describe that. Not that I'm very familiar with teen dramas in the moment, but like that's how he comes off. And then like I think the only interesting character is this girl. To be honest, just because she has like a personality. Like this girl's like the only one. She's the only one with personality in this whole thing. Like, frankly, I'm more interested in her than anyone else. And I think there's a problem with writing. Like they don't want to write stereotypical characters, but then they make all the characters just feel very bland. Give the character's personality a little spunk, something to define them. And compare it to Wednesday. Wednesday has a very strong personality, very defined. Enid in that show, even though that show drops off after those two, Since they're the two leads, especially Wednesday, it really carries the show. But since Peyton seems, Peyton's character, Maddie, feels kind of bland, doesn't act like someone who died or something. It's just very bland. And such a miss. A lot more potential, just totally lost. I mean, when this girl, who's like almost even just a minor character, in my opinion, is the only kind of interesting character where you're like, oh, I want to learn a little bit more about her from the 70s. She was murdered by the guidance counselor or something. That's all you know. So that's that. Sorry. Yeah. So I don't recommend School Spirits. I probably won't be watching. I just don't care. Like some people like watch every episode and then make a review. Like in my opinion, I've watched like 3 episodes. It's gotten worse each episode. Like I'm just going to check out. I don't like want to spend time watching legitimately bad shit. Peyton list. Oh, do you think School Spirits? I don't even know what you're referring to, Carrie. Do you think Obliterated will be good? I think it has a chance. We'll definitely give Obliterated a chance. John, Josh, and Hayden are very talented. Obviously, we know that. And Obliterated, it's an original idea, so I'm looking forward to that. If you watched my video on the Ninja Turtles, I'm just so over like remakes and reboots, especially shitty ones like the Ninja Turtles. So I'm definitely looking forward to Obliterated. How do you feel about Paramount licensing Beverly Hills film Axel Foley to I don't know what you're asking, John. The studios have been licensing their movies for a while, and even during the pandemic, they were, Warner Brothers was releasing stuff on streaming the same day and such. They got sued for that actually, but Paramount has their own streaming, but yeah, they may license. I don't know. Studios will continue to release on streaming soon after theatrical release, and we'll see how it goes. Paramount Plus is worst. Peacock is, yeah. Peacock probably is the worst. I don't know. Everyone wants, and definitely not everyone. There's plenty of people that are happy to see Kreese in jail or whatever. What will you do on St. Patrick's Day? Probably nothing special. Not really a big drinker. Haven't gone out drinking on St. Patrick's Day in a long time, so probably nothing special. There's no Fabian, you're very smart. You took a break. You went and watched the video during the stream, and you came back to comment on it. Guys, Fabian is a model fan here. Yeah. I mean, as long as she wants to come back, I see no reason why Hilary Swank wouldn't be back. It's a perfect time, and I think they want to honor as much as the Miyagi verse as they can. So yeah, Matt Moore, thank you for coming in. Spring forward time change. I agree with you. Luckily I was able to more or less field it pretty well, but plus I don't like they moved it up several years ago, at least in the United States. I don't know the way it is in other countries, even probably not. It used to be towards the end of March. And then they got the bright idea of moving it up 2 or 3 weeks. And I so disagree. Like, I think it should be a few weeks later. where it used to be. Like, I don't like that it's the spring forward and we're not even in spring yet. Spring's not till the 20th, right? So I just disagree. Chopstick and Flies is here. We'll do it live. It's his favorite gif every time I go live. A spin-off of Tori, because she's an interesting character because Payne is such a fantastic, do you mean? Actor. Yeah. I think Peyton is good when she's given something to work with. I don't think she's given much good to work with in School Spirits, as I was saying. Like, I don't think School Spirits really gives her much to work with. Her character is actually just kind of dull, and it just fails the premise of the show. Like, I feel like there's so much more, and the show just fails on its own premise. The 8-year-old Troll Mafia. Yes, Matt Moore is someone who not only watched the video, but read the comments. Absolutely. Hold on, let me go to John's super chat here. Are we in a time where the kids would graduate from West Valley? Would it be an off-screen thing? So we talked about this on if you watch or listen to the Cobra Kai Companion, when season 6 was announced, I did an episode with Peter. It's only like an hour or something. I would recommend that. We talked about it a little bit. And the thing with graduation is it's getting up to the year 2020. And I think they will probably end the show right before or around COVID starting. I don't think they're going to ignore it. So theoretically, like in real life, the kid's graduation was canceled because of COVID, right? So I think they'll work around it some way. There'll be some sort of workaround, and that's something I mentioned in that podcast. I recommend, obviously, Cobra Kai Companion. We did talk about it a little bit there, and it was kind of like what I was bringing up, just how they're gonna to handle the real life calendar that the show is set in. So we'll see. Coming back to Matt here. The Turtles. I saw really nothing in that trailer that was any good. Like the humor, and I didn't talk about this much in the video, and maybe I should have. Like, the humor is so subpar. Like, where they're talking about like the ooze, she calls it goo, and it's like, oh, we prefer ooze. Yeah, and it's like this long, awkward. Like, that is very low comedy for me. And when I say low, I mean not good. That is low quality comedy. Like I was not laughing. Like, it's just so subpar. Even like what's good, and like they're like throwing stars or something. Like, it's not really interesting at all. And people are saying like, oh, they're finally acting like teenagers. I disagree. I think or at least in many iterations, I can't speak to the Michael Bay crap. But like, they were always sort of teenagers. Michelangelo was like the party dude, loved pizza. You know, Ralph had attitude. Go back to watch like the original movie that they made. Like, in Ralph, like, had temper tantrums and was attitude. They were always teenagers. Like, and so like this argument, and I call them NPCs, and I really mean it. It's like they're just saying things because they saw someone. They're repeating what someone else said. Nothing in that show, in that trailer, felt good, felt really original. It mostly just felt like annoying and stupid. And yeah, I talked more about it. Like, I don't like the look of Donatello. The glasses are kind of ridiculous. Like, he's going to fight Ninja with glasses. You shouldn't do that, by the way. Like, I don't know. Nothing in it is good. But like, and it's just like, and that's what I say, like, have some respect. I wanted to say, A new generation. This, yeah, you know what? Like, and some people are like, this guy spent a third of the video talking about like the screen. And you know what? I did. Because if you want to know how I watch, when I see this, when I'm watching a trailer, and it's like for like another reboot of like the fifth, sixth time, this is the Turtles have been adapted. However many, between movies and TV shows, there have been so many iterations, and you come out and like claim a new generation. This is like such stupid. Like, don't sell yourself short, guys. Like, have like a little self-respect, and don't just like accept what somebody tells you. Like, just because the trailer says that, you don't have to accept it. Like, you don't have to, this is just marketing people, like casting a spell on you. It's just like a magic spell. Ooh, it's all new, but it's not new. It's at most, it's like, it's a new interpretation. It's a reiteration of something that's been done several times now, many times. It's since like 1984, right? Like, it's many times. There's been so many iterations of the Ninja Turtles. It's not new. So like, have self-respect. And that's why, like, if you watch my video, like I go on about this and people don't understand why, but it's because this annoys me. This annoys me. Like, you're not going to tell me this is like something completely new. You're not going to tell me, like, I'm not going to stand for that. Like, and I don't think you should either. So yeah, like a third of the video is like about this screen because it really annoys me. Nothing is new about the Ninja Turtles. And they had the full ability to write something different. They could have written like the Turtles you've never seen before, half shell heroes in a shell, like you've never seen something, a new version of like something, they could have written something different that would be at least not technically true. It could at least be true. They didn't have to write it like that. Don't be a mindless consumer where you just accept what's given to you. You are smarter than this. That's why the viewers of Watch Party are smarter than this. Viewers of Watch Party would look at this and say, no, that's ridiculous. Thank you, John, for coming on in. And thank you again for the super chat. Thank you. Take care. So don't just accept that. Don't let them tell you like the seventh iteration of something is new. It's not new. Just have self-respect and standards for yourself. And then suddenly you'll know why, like, I just refer to some of those people as like the using the common meme, the NPCs, because it's like you're thinking for yourself. You're better than that. So that's my speech on the Ninja Turtles. Intelligent. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Studies have been conducted. Watch Party viewers are most intelligent and good looking and sexiest of all fandoms, and really most of YouTube too. I mean, I didn't expect, when I started this channel, I didn't expect to have the most sexually attractive, magnanimous fan viewers, but that's just how it happened, right? So I figured I make it the intelligent viewers. I didn't think I would also get the hottest, sexiest viewers too. So that's just the way it is. I guess it's, like attracts like. So, I attracted all you viewers just because of the way I am. So it makes sense. So, the intelligent, hot people have to hang out somewhere on YouTube, and here we are, you and me. So it just makes sense. Fabian asks, how do you think Cobra Kai students would react to learning Miyagi-Do? Like, think it's boring, they regret what they did? It wasn't their fault, Silver's? I do think it was Silver's fault. And as far as your first question, we'll see. If Chosen's teaching them, he can kick them into gear. So may not necessarily be boring. We'll see how they teach it. Permanent teacher, Seth Rogen. Yeah, that too. That was the other one I talked about. But I'm not a Seth Rogen fan. Will be virtual ones due to COVID. Yeah. It will be. If they make a new character, I want to play my real martial action. Probably none of those characters. Probably none of those actors will be in the show. Unless like Jackie Chan a cameo, but probably not. There will be new characters for sure, but oh yeah, I was just Jennifer Lawrence talked about how there was never a female lead action star before the Hunger Games. I did like, you know what the funny thing about Jennifer Lawrence, like I never thought she was that good in anything other than the Hunger Games. Like, but like something about her that I guess I just realized when that had happened. I never really, I don't pay much attention to actors or anything, but like Jennifer Lawrence apparently dropped out of like, grade school, and she finally admitted it. Like early on, she talked about herself as like very uneducated or something, like not having much education. But like she later talked about like dropping out of like 8th grade. Like she's not even a high school dropout. She like dropped out of like 8th grade. Her parents basically let her or something like, and then she like went to Hollywood or whatever. And, I don't know what does an uneducated girl do to get roles? I don't know. But, yeah, like I didn't realize I didn't necessarily detect any bastion of intelligence emanating from her, but like, yeah, she's not even a high school dropout. Like she's like an 8th grade dropout or something. Like I just realized that, like when she was talking about that, I saw something and like saw a random note in an interview or something, but, yeah, there you go. I don't know. It's probably why it's not always a good idea to look up to actors. I don't know if anyone ever looked up to her anyway, but yeah. Watch party viewers are too sexy. Well, it pushes the limit. Yeah, you guys, we push the limit on how sexy a YouTube audience can be, but that's, yeah. I don't think we've gone past the limit, but we're getting close. Miyagi TV show and Kreese TV show. Maybe not a Kreese one. We already have Kreese. We have a young Kreese and, the flashbacks and stuff. So I don't think we need a Kreese one. Do you think we'll say Sink is demonstrating a more style karate? Well, it's the way of the fist. So you've already seen the way of the fist. You could call it the way of the fist in a more true form, but I don't think there'll be that much difference. But you'll see the way of the fist as we've always seen it. Filming in May, yeah, that's the plan. Even the location scout was in the stream several weeks ago and talked about it. So it said notification me when it go live. Yeah, it could just be YouTube notifications. YouTube always claims it's perfect, but it doesn't always seem to be perfect. People who have notifications or whatever, don't get them. And so it's weird. Like sometimes like I'll get a view on a video like 2 days after I put it up, that apparently is from notifications. Like what, someone had the notification for 2 days and then clicked on it? Like, I don't think so. It seems kind of odd. But that's what happens. So I don't know. I can't say, Aaron, other than that's if you have notifications enabled on the channel and on your phone, make sure you have like notifications enabled from your phone from YouTube, because some people do that, by the way. They click notifications from a channel and then disable notifications on their phone. But yeah. Kumiko can't teach Miyagi-Do. She never studied it. She could teach dance. Kumiko as a replacement for Julie, I guess that's not that's theoretically possible. But yeah, I do think Chosen and Kumiko will get together in some way. Yeah, there's no evidence. Yeah, but right. Yeah, I mean, I think like if they can't get Hilary Swank, that's always like a fallback position. But I think they'll hopefully get Hilary Swank in. Flashback scenes, sure. We may get flashbacks to Next Karate Kid, especially if we get Hilary Swank in the movie. Some flashbacks to that and other characters as well as other movies. I don't know if we'll get young Kreese and Silver again. I feel like we've run the gamut with them. It's possible, but I mean, it's always possible. But we'll see how it goes for those two. Mm-hmm. Sorry, guys. Matt Moore. Of all the Cobra Kai actors and actresses, who do you think is most likely to land a big future TV film and roles? What's forgotten on OnlyFans? Well, doesn't one of them already have an OnlyFans? I would love if Billy got a little more Billy Zabka from this. He's so talented and I think a little underutilized in Hollywood. Immediately, I would say Peyton List. Peyton probably has the most work out of everyone in the cast. She seems to be in constant demand. The problem with Peyton List is, like I say, like, I don't know what her deal is, but like she's in so many things and really none of them are any good. Just to be honest with you. And yeah, it's good to get work as an actor and all that, but like definitely when you have like a star level that she does, and she probably turns down far more roles than she gets, I assume. Like it helps to just be in good stuff. Like being in good stuff is so much better than being in bad stuff. And I just feel like she was like in some other movie for Valentine's Day that just looked dumb, and like she's like in all this stuff and it's just like such second, if even third tier. Peyton, like, and she's in a lot, and I guess so she needs to just be in better stuff. Maybe Tanner. Tanner was in He's All That. I didn't watch it. I don't care, but it's not my thing. But Tanner was in He's All That, which at least had like a, people watched that. Like that was like a movie that people watched, and then there's talk of Tanner angling to be Robin. So maybe Tanner, and then Sholo too. Obviously Sholo has a lot of talent. He's going to be in Blue Beetle too. So yeah, actually, come to think of it, if Blue Beetle takes off, expect them to really run with that. If that movie is a hit, like even if it's like a lukewarm movie, they'll probably act like it's a hit. And I don't even want to just. This is why I'm like done with superhero movies. But like even if it's like a lukewarm movie, like decent, they'll probably hail it as the greatest thing ever. And the DC reboot is on, because DC is totally rebooting. So like, and it's like the perfect way to like launch the new era. Even though Blue Beetle was before James Gunn, I think, I think they're going to angle it in a way that they can use it as the beginning of the new, of like the new reboot. And I totally think they'll run with it. Like, so expect however good Blue Beetle is for them to act like it's better than it is. The 8-year-old bots or whatever, like, I mean, if it's genuinely like really good, expect them to hail it as the greatest superhero since Endgame. Like, expect them to, and even if it's like a lukewarm, decent, like 3-star movie, expect them to people to be shouting how the DC reboot is on and blah 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 blah. But either way, that's good for Sholo. Personally, that's great for Sholo Mandarin. So all the best to him and how that winds up. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't think anyone else is going to be on OnlyFans, unless Ralph makes a go at it. But, yeah. Don't worry. Revenge when the live stream is done. Fabian's got to sleep. You take care, Fabian. Rest easy. I don't think they're going to visit the monastery. I don't think they're going to visit any sets from the next Karate Kid. I just don't see them going to Boston. But we could get Julie Pearson. But like, I don't think they're going to go back that way. With the baby. Yeah, I don't think. A lot of Peyton's roles aren't high quality. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the kind of unfortunate thing with Peyton. She's in a lot of stuff. She clearly gets a lot of offers. I'm sure she turns a lot down. But like nothing is really good. And like I said about School Spirits, this show is such a show of like wasted potential. It just could have been better, and you can't control that. You can't always control that. You just hope it's gonna. Yeah, as an actor, you're offered like a starring role. Like, hey, go for it. Like, but like, I don't know. There's just so much lukewarm crap out there these days. It's not very good. I don't know what else to say. I just don't know what else to say. Like, she just needs to get in better stuff. And I don't know. I don't know. It's you can't really comment because you don't know like what has she been offered that she didn't take. Like I don't know. Like I can't comment on that. All I just know is the stuff she is in is kind of like low quality. Like it's just not good. And especially because she's like definitely like a fan favorite in Cobra Kai, which is a really, really big show. So, and she's coming off of, she was in that Disney stuff, whatever, so she has a built-in following. Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. She was the little girl. Yeah, I think that's an uncredited role. I had to look at it, but yeah. But that's really nothing. I mean, that's not what we're talking about. Like, as essentially is like an extra or something. I'm probably going to make a video on The Last of Us season finale. I feel like I should do some sort of season recap or whatever, The videos don't get this many views. It's unfortunate, but I feel like I owe it to myself to at least wrap it up a little bit. And then I will make a Cobra Kai season 6 theory video. It's been a month. Matt Moore is asking about the Alpha Elite. Yes, I think the Alpha Elite. I think the Alpha Elite has a chance to come back. I would love to see them implement the Alpha Elite at West Valley High. That's my theory, but we'll see. But we'll get talk about that. Maybe that'll be a video in its own, but not a whole lot to say about that. But yes. So we'll do one more. We'll do The Last of Us, and then we'll get to some Cobra Kai stuff. I know people like the Cobra Kai videos, and I've held off a little bit making stuff just because currently there's no news at the moment anyway. So I don't want to dive in. We'll probably get another podcast out. If you follow Cobra Kai Companion, we'll get the episode 9 recap out maybe within a week. We'll see. So that's all for right now. Take care, everyone.